Good afternoon students, welcome to the session. How are you all? This is Suresh, Faculty of Chemistry from Infinity Learn. How are you doing? Hello, hi. Good afternoon, fine. So today's topic of interest is Ionic Equilibrium acid-base theories. So Infinity Learn offering on YouTube platform afternoon 12 o'clock to evening 6 o'clock physics, chemistry and biology. These sessions, so you please follow, like and share with your friends and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Dear students, so what Infinity Learn is doing for the student community who are preparing for NEET examination? Just a brief recapture, that's every class we do. Here you can see the 4 students, the slide is given, Ashrita and Akhil Verma, Himadyuti and Sachinarayanan. They followed NEET STEP UP program here. So they have taken NEET preparation package from Infinity Learn and she scored 310 marks, just 310 marks in 2023 NEET examination. Hi, good afternoon. And she could able to succeed till 661 and there is an increment of 351 marks. And also you can see Akhil Verma, he got only 313 marks and he could able to secure 358 marks and 345 marks bad gaya. And also you can see Himadyuti, she also got just like 310 marks and she got 652. There is a 342 marks increment. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you? And you can see Satyanarayan, he got 330 marks and after taking Infinity learning program and he secured 650 and there is 320 marks improvement. And you will be the next for the same kind of result. Are you ready for that? Very good. Fine. Good. Nice. Thank you. And Infinity Learn is providing restart your preparation for NEET and you can restart right now and these programs are useful for those students who are studying 12th standard or also you can take a break for the 12th and a dropper ke liye or off dropper ke liye bhi istemal hai. And the self study program which includes 6800 video lectures and also benchmarking with the Sri Chaitanya students, unlimited practice test and full NCERT syllabus coverage will be there. Believe the NCERT syllabus is the basis for the total NEET examination. Hey Gina? Right. And also you can see you can just join in the special discount of 7,500 for the use coupon code Suresh50. You all just memorize this coupon code and you can see, dear students, this coupon code इससे 20% discount आपको मिलेगा कैसे? And you can go through the description link में. First you can go through boost your NEET score. First link in my video you can get it. Okay, just I am going to show you how to do that. So in the NEET YouTube platform you can see NEET Infinity Learn and there Ionic Equilibrium. My lecture is going on and in my lecture you can see in the description box there is a link. Boost your NEET score with Infinity Learn and enroll now, and that first link that is seen in the green and you can click it and your page is going to be redirected to ACE NEET 2025 with a special NCERT based courses for droppers, exclusive course for droppers, mind it, which contains 10 grant test, 6,800 concept video lectures from the experienced NEET faculties and 33 books from the NEET Achiever series. Printed books will be sent to your doorstep. Hai na madam? And just click on enroll and here it will be given and many courses are given and you can click any one of that. There you can verify your phone number and you can verify your phone number by sending the OTP. From there you can go through the payment gateway. If you apply this Suresh 50 coupon code, इससे आपका 20% डिस्काउंट मिलेगा, है ना? Are you ready? That's good. And Why late? We start our today's class of concept is ionic equilibrium, right? So what you are going to learn in today's class? Knowledge King, how are you? And I forgot your name. I want you to be regular in the class. So I think a couple of classes in the previous week we missed it, है ना? मैं एक बार छुट्टी लिया. Yes, ready for that. What you are going to learn, right, about acid-base theories and also pH calculations and buffers, salt hydrolysis and solubility equilibrium. And this, Pankaj, yes, Pankaj, HR videos. Who is that HR videos? Good afternoon. So, चलते रहो chat box में and you just interact with me. I am just looking at the chat box and I am teaching to you guys and we are going to rise together. Pandey, Shilpa Pandey, you are my previous student, am I right? Am I right? Good afternoon. Anyways, I still remember. Yes. I'll talk to you later. You just meanwhile you follow. And as far as this particular chapter is concerned, you have acid-base theories and pH calculations. In the pH calculation, you will be having a different methodologies and different tricks and also buffers and salt hydrolysis and solubility equilibrium. And whatsoever these three things you study, you have to come again with the pH calculations. When we talk about the pH calculations, we will discuss about acid, base and a mixture of pHs. But when you go for the buffers, there also pH calculation, Anderson-Hasselbalch equations and also salt hydrolysis. There also will be having the pH calculations minded with the different salts and combinations. And at the end we start with the solubility equilibrium and if time permits we will be discussing about the titration. Anyways, today's class I just want to give more focus on acid base theories and ये कल का class है and परसों ये दोनों का देना है. So first in a week 6 days I am going to plan first 3 days for the 11th syllabus and the next 3 days for the 12th syllabus. You just give great thumbs up before we start the session. Thumbs up and fire emoji in the sessions. Be engaged in the chat box. And everybody keep open your notebook and we'll start theories of acids and bases. Ready? Shilpa. Right. Pankaj. Fine. Arman, hi. Nice to see. That's good. Let's talk about the acid-base theories. So, when you talk about introduction about the equilibrium, so we are applying equilibrium principles among the ions in the solutions. When you dissolve acetic acid in the water, so there is an unionized acetic acid and ionized acetic acid and there is an equilibrium between these two. We have to apply the equilibrium theories in polar solvents or aqueous solutions that we are going to generally the concentration of H plus and OH minus दोनों का फर्क पड़ता है. So that we are going to discuss H plus का हिसाब से आप pH calculate करना, OH minus के हिसाब से POH calculate करना. And when you talk about the pH and POH and their relations we will discuss, and also the concentration of these ions forming also makes the particular ions that is getting precipitated, that is nothing but your solubility equilibrium. Yeah, that's good, very good. And also as like dissolves like, the solvent for the production of this should be a polar. What is the meaning of a polar solvent? It is nothing but water, that is aqueous media. जो भी solvent है, whatever, whenever we say, it is nothing but an aqueous solutions, right? Yes, pH means potence of hydrogen. Yes, of course, power of hydrogen भी बोल सकते हैं, है ना पंकज? Right. So let's talk about the substance which are dissolved in the water, that is non-electrolytic substances and also electrolytic substances. The substance which dissolve in the water but never ionize, that is called non-electrolyte. आपका जैसे यूरिया मान लो है ना, and चीनी, sugar, they are dissolved in the water but they don't ionize. So the solutions do not conduct electricity, and urea and glucose जो भी है. And electrolytic substances, they have a tendency to split into the ions like sodium chloride, acids, bases, salts. Their solutions can conduct electricity. So conductor, non-conductor, electrolyte, non-electrolyte. So this is not our part. So we are going to talk about electrolytes are two types. That is a strong electrolyte. When you dissolve in the water, it is going to ionize completely. That is what you call it as strong electrolyte. And when you dissolve in water, it is going to ionize not completely. A little ionization takes place, that you call it as weak electrolyte. And the strong electrolyte, any strong acid, any strong base, any salt are strong electrolyte मान लो. And except अमोनियम कार्बोनेट जैसे आता है weak electrolyte salt है. And weak electrolyte, any weak acid, any weak base, and a salt of a weak acid and weak base is always weak electrolyte. And I just want to say, insoluble precipitates are also sparingly solubles, also weak electrolytes. So when you identify a weak electrolyte and a strong electrolyte, अभी आपको पता चलेगा कौन सा कॉन्सेप्ट इस्तेमाल करके आप क्वेश्चन स्ट्राइक कर सकते हैं, है ना. And we can just go with the strong acids and strong bases, weak acids and the weak bases, and any organic base is a weak base, any organic acid is a weak acid, okay. Any weak HCN, HOCl, H2CO3, H2S, H2C2O4, oxalic acid, H3PO4, these are all the weak acids, right. And you all make a note, along with this class, right. So when you join in the class, you just check all the description boxes so that you will be given Telegram link also. From the Telegram link, whatever the class is happening, सारे के सारे नोट्स आपको PDF फॉर्मेट में आपको मिल जाएगा, है ना, राइट. अरे I miss you guys. GK facts. Pankaj, fine? Okay. Right. Pankaj, so let's go ahead, Shilpa. And general concepts of acids and bases, what are the theories? Just tell me. To discuss about acids and bases, what are the theories you have? First you tell me, then I am going to elaborate everything. Shilpa? So it is a live class where you can have a live interaction with me. So don't feel it is a radio telecast. रेडियो टेलीकास्ट में क्या होता है, सिर्फ यूनी डायरेक्शनल ट्रांसमिशन ऑफ द नॉलेज, राइट. ओके शिल्पा, आर यू देयर? ओके, let's talk about the general concepts of acids and bases. First we discuss about Arrhenius theory, second we discuss about Bronsted-Lowry theory, and the third we are going to discuss about Lewis theory. And all these theories are true, and we are going to use these theories according to the situation where we go, right. And plus H plus ions, huh? Okay, let's talk about the basis of Arrhenius concept. Arrhenius concept, it is a long ago, 1884 this theory has been given. This theory is only applicable for aqueous solutions. The substance, according to this concept, an acid is a substance that is capable of producing H plus ions by dissolving in aqueous solution. Condition ka A, right. So the substance, when you dissolve, it is going to furnish H plus ions in the solutions. In the aqueous solution is called an acid. And also if the solution produces Ha is an acid, मान लो H plus and A minus. Okay, this is an acid and H plus ion producer. And also where OH minus ion producer is a base where you can say HCl. When you talk about the HCl is an example, HCl gives rise H plus and Cl minus. And very important, when this H plus is solvated, it is going to give you H plus H2O, it is going to give rise H3O plus. Similarly, you can say H plus n number of H2O, you are going to get H2O n plus. N is going to be, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4 or so on. So proton is highly hydrated over here. Okay, that's very important. And you can say the proton or hydrogen ion binds itself to a water molecule and form H3O plus, which is called hydronium ion. The value of hydronium ion is very important, and you can say H plus H2O H3O plus na, and also the hydronium ion is also known as oxonium ion or hydroxonium ion. So if N is equal to 1, H3O plus, mind it, if N is equal to 1, it is H3O plus. If N is equal to 2, what happened? It is going to be H5O2 plus. So you can see the probable formulas of the proton, and these are going to be a probable options for the NEET examination questions. Ready with me? You can do the questions. Also, I am planning this particular week सारे का सारा NEET का multiple choice questions based on the ionic equilibrium. Ready with us, Shilpa? Good to see. Okay, now let's go ahead. This is about an acid. Similarly, the arrhenius base क्या होगा? पंकज, arrhenius base क्या होगा? Arrhenius base क्या होगा? Expecting answer from you. Come on, chart box में फटाफट देना. Okay, so I want to say a base on the other hand is defined as substance is capable of providing OH minus ions when you dissolve in the water, right? And also MOH, मान लो M एक metal होगा, it is going to get M plus and OH minus. And also where M plus refers to a base, so sodium hydroxide is an example, gives rise Na plus and OH minus. Similarly here you can see OH minus ion is going to react, so solvated, so it is going to be OH, H2O, N, and this is a minus. Got it? If N is equal to 1, it is going to be H3O2 minus. Okay, sir, chart box में अटक गए क्यों? Come on, this point is very important. Solvated hydroxyl ion, and arrhenius concept has its own drawbacks. ये क्या हो सकते हैं? It is only applicable for aqueous solutions. Only for aqueous solutions. If the solvent is changed, you can't do that. And also it does not explain the acidic behavior of some substances which do not contain hydrogen. Say example AlCl3. यारे AlCl3 सब कुछ जानते हैं acid, and it don't have an acid H plus. Then how do you say? Also it cannot explain the, similarly does not explain the basic character of substances like ammonia and also sodium carbonate, and do not have hydroxide groups. And which of the following is not a base according to Arrhenius theory? Ammonia and sodium carbonate, combination of multiple choice, you can get it, right? Now let's talk about some more concepts here. Bronsted-Lowry theory. In 1923, Bronsted and Lowry pointed out independent that acid-base reaction can be interpreted as proton transfer reactions, and it can be used for any solvent. It can be used for any solvent, right? So you can see, according to them, acid is a proton donor, H plus ion donor. जो सब्सटेंस H प्लस आयन दे सकते आप एसिड बोलना है, और जो सब्सटेंस H प्लस आयन लेते ये बेस बोलना है. नाउ इट इज लुकिंग लिटिल कॉम्प्लिकेटेड, बट आसानी कहाँ में बेटा? एंड द डेफिनेशन इज सफिशिएंटली ब्रॉड एंड रिमूव द फर्स्ट लिमिटेशन ऑफ Arrhenius concept. So I just want to, any hydrogen containing molecule or ion capable of donating or transferring the proton is an acid, while any molecular ion that can accept a proton is a base, and donating proton is an acid. Simple thing, है ना? That's fine. So for an example, here NH3 plus HF, Pankaj. So H plus ion इनको देते हैं, so that NH4 H plus लेते, so is a donor and is an acceptor beta. Clear? And whenever the donor is given, he loses H plus and become F minus, and whenever H plus is taken, the acceptor become NH4 plus. Got it? So it is a transfer of H plus. Without a base you can't define an acid, without an acid you can't define a base. Are you getting or not? Clear? That's good, very good. Now you can see, according to Bronsted theory, an acid is a substance that can donate a proton, whereas a base is a substance that can accept a proton. It's very simple. So am I audible? Just give me confirmation so that students, okay. Arman, hello. Shilpa Pandey? Yes. Now let us talk about H3O plus and Cl minus plus NH3 gives rise H2O liquid and NH4 plus and Cl minus aqueous. So here what I mean to say, there is a solvent. The solvent can be an aqueous solvent, the solvent need not be an aqueous solvent, you can see. So you can say NH3 plus H3O plus gives rise H2O liquid and NH4 plus aqueous, and in this formation of ionization of HCl means it gives H plus and H3O plus, you can say. And here in aqueous solution, the proton is transferred from hydronium ion H3O plus to NH3 molecule, which gives H2O and NH4 here, and also H3O plus is going to act as a proton donor. H plus यहाँ से बदल सकते, so he is going to be a donor and is going to be an acceptor. तब ये reaction जब reverse होता है ना, so he is going to transfer H plus, so he is going to be a donor and is going to be an acceptor. Everybody knows it, but apply करते कैसे? That's very important, my dear students. And acceptor is a base, na? Donor is an acid, na? So that here acceptor is a base, donor is an acid. So एक acid base का जोड़ी है, यहाँ पर भी acid base का जोड़ी है. So that acid base pair we need to say, that is what you call it, a conjugate acid base pair. So आगे बढ़ते, we may visualize water is as a solvent, मान लो as a solvent playing the role of mediator in transfer of यहाँ से वहाँ से यहाँ proton बदलने के एक जो media चाहिए, that is what you call it as a solvent. So he classified the solvent, not only the water, but also all. So protogenic solvent, protophilic solvent, aprotic solvent and amphiprotic solvent. So what is the meaning of amphiprotic solvent or aprotic solvent? Anybody can give it? Yes, I just want to write here, very important. Okay, protophilic solvent, protic solvent, this is of protophilic and protogenic and amphiprotic. प्रोटोफिलिक सॉल्वेंट, जो सॉल्वेंट प्रोटॉन लेते, हाय हाय अन्नामणि एंड सब लोग चार्ट बॉक्स में अटक गया. सो ओके, प्रोटोफिलिक सॉल्वेंट, द सॉल्वेंट H प्लस लेते हैं एंड प्रोटोजेनिक सॉल्वेंट दैट प्रोटॉन इज डोनेटेड एंड एम्फीप्रोटिक सॉल्वेंट ये ले सकते हैं, दे सकते हैं. एंड अप्रोटिक सॉल्वेंट, अप्रोटिक सॉल्वेंट, अप्रोटिक सॉल्वेंट होता है क्या? द सॉल्वेंट नेदर गिव नॉर टेक द प्रोटॉन आर कॉल्ड अप्रोटिक सॉल्वेंट. अरे SN2 में आता है ना, रिमेंबर DMSO, DMF, एसीटोन, रिमेंबर. Now, it should be noted that Brownstein-Lowry concept, acids and bases can be either ions or any molecular species. So you can be H plus, NH3 or NH4 plus. So NH4 plus is a species, ionic species. NH3 is a molecular species, right? So any acid base equilibrium, both forward and reverse reactions involve proton transfer. This is an acid and this is a base. H plus इसका A देता है, so that it is an acid one. A लेता है, it is a base 2. and यहाँ से यहाँ तक एक प्रोटॉन बदल सकते हैं, so that he is a donor, it is an acid 2 and this is a base 1. So ये एसिड 1 का एंड ये बेस 1 का एक जोड़ी है एंड ये बेस 2 का एंड एसिड 2 का और एक जोड़ी है. सो दैट स्पीशीज व्हाट यू कॉल इट एज, that species what you call it as conjugate acid base pair. So the pair of species which differs from H1 H plus ion is called as conjugate acid base pair. So क्या फर्क पड़ता है, H2O का एंड OH माइनस का सिर्फ एक ही H प्लस है. जो एसिड है ये इसका H प्लस हटा दो, इसका कॉन्जुगेट बेस मिलेगा. ये जो बेस है इसका H प्लस ऐड करो, इसका कॉन्जुगेट एसिड मिलेगा. दैट्स वेरी सिंपल. सो दैट एसिड, आई जस्ट वांट टू से एसिड माइनस इससे H प्लस आयन निकाल दो. सो इट इज फॉर्मिंग ए कॉन्जुगेट बेस. जो बेस है इसका H प्लस आयन ऐड करो, आपका कॉन्जुगेट एसिड मिलेगा. That's pretty simple, right? And this pair is what you call it, the conjugate acid base pair. Identification of conjugate acid base pair is very important. And you can say one more important thing, a strong acid will have a weak conjugate base and a weak acid will have a strong conjugate base. ख्याल में रखो, a strong acid will have weak conjugate base and weak acid will have a strong conjugate base. So HF acid है ना, it is given H plus, इसका देके F minus बन गया. So when you talk about the equilibrium, HF का H plus डोनेट करने का संभावना है, टेंडेंसी है, बहुत कम है। एंड इसका जो बेस फॉर्म है ना, इसका H प्लस पकड़ना टेंडेंसी ज़्यादा होता है, so that equilibrium is going to be reversed in this way. I just want a equilibrium sign indicates that reaction undergo completion, right? No, it is at equilibrium. It is at equilibrium. It never go completion. The H plus ion obtained from this ionization of HF molecule can be accepted by either by two bases, and the fact that equilibrium is only slightly towards right, it tells that F minus that accept the proton and makes the reaction go to the left. ज़्यादा से ये इक्विलिब्रियम इस तरफ जाने के कोशिश करता है. Proxer, right? So F minus is a stronger base than HF. So we are studying some equilibrium phenomena in these acid base reactions, right? So this is a strong base and this is a weak base. Okay, this is a strong acid and this is a weak acid. Hi, Shubh. So we can generalize in a conjugate acid base pair. The weaker is an acid is the stronger in its conjugate base. Like the weaker is the base is the stronger is its conjugate acid. That's very important, because when you talk about the organic chemistry also, the acidic strength and the basic strength, acidic strength of alcohol, acidic strength of phenols, acidic strength of carboxylic acid and basic strength of amines, and everything is based on this simple line. Right with us? Good. So students, don't keep quiet in the chat box. Just I want you guys to be so active, है ना? So active. Now let's talk about conjugate acid base pair. For any typical acid base reaction, HX is an acid and B is a base, and it is going to be HB plus and X minus. HX H प्लस छोड़ के ये X माइनस कॉन्जुगेट बेस बन गया, एंड B माइनस बेस H प्लस यहाँ से H प्लस पकड़ के HB बन गया. So that this and this is a pair conjugate acid base pair, and this is a pair conjugate acid base pair, है ना? So here you should understand the terms strong and weak is very important. Strong and weak. And F minus takes H2O gives rise HF and OH minus is strong base and is a weak base, and a strong acid and a weak acid. Weak base will have strong base, okay, weak acid and a strong base and a weak acid, like that. The pair should be either strong or weak. And HF H2CO3 minus gives rise H2CO3 plus F minus. So this particular thing can tell you so many venues at organic chemistry. Beta, what is this? This is your phenol, है ना? Take care. H3O plus gives rise phenoxide ion and H3O plus. So this reaction is a reversible reaction. ये reversible reaction में this is a weak acid and it is going to be a conjugate base. अगर ये conjugate base ज़्यादा हो, ये equilibrium हमेशा इस direction में रहने का कोशिश करते हैं. We have to check the stability of the conjugate base. A conjugate base is a phenoxide ion and it is really stabilized by resonance, है ना? Yes, that resonance stabilization can tell you how stable it is. Similarly, when you talk about phenol, when you react with H2CO3, now there is no reaction. Na2CO3, there is no reaction. No reaction. Why there is no reaction? Can anybody give the answer there? Because when this Na2CO3 react with phenol, it is going to give rise H2CO3 further decomposes to give rise carbon dioxide and water, but H2CO3 is a stronger acid than phenol. That is the reason why the reaction again it never go forward direction. That's the reason why there is no reaction. But when you talk about CH3COOH can react with Na2CO3, that reaction gives rise carbon dioxide. It all depends upon the relative acidic strength and the relative basic strength of the acid and conjugate bases. That's very, very important. There we need to discuss about. Okay. So H2CO3 and HCO3 minus, CO3 2 minus and Cn minus, and various reactions are given, acid 1 and base 2 and acid 2 and base 1, and various combinations of reactions are mentioned here, dear students, and you never leave the strength of the subject. When the class is going on, the class, you are spending time, your faculty is spending time, we are doing a great things over here, right? Okay. Now let's talk about conjugate acid base pair differ by only one proton. Hey, na? And also strong acid will have its weak conjugate base. Similarly, a weak acid will have a strong conjugate acid. And weak acid base also will have the weak conjugate base and acid, because weak electrolyte has tendency to be in undissociated form only. So strong जो भी एसिड है ये बेस है, सॉल्ट भी है, एंड आयनाइजेशन हमेशा आगे बढ़ने का कोशिश करते हैं, लेकिन वीक वाला आगे ना बढ़ते हैं, हमेशा इक्विलिब्रियम backward favors and the strong forward favors. And also reaction will always proceeds in a direction from stronger acid to weaker acid, or from a stronger base to weak base, है ना? Shobh Progzer, are you writing these points? Pankaj, Shalini Pandey, Shilpa Pandey. आगे बढ़ना आज. Very good. So amphiprotic or amphoteric species means the species which can give H plus ion, also they can take H plus ion. Such species are called amphiprotic species or amphoteric species. So they behave like as acid as well as a base. Example H2O and NH3, है ना? So HCl, H2O, so he is going to take H plus. So the H2O become H3O plus and Cl minus banega, H2O acting as a base. And also I just want to give one more example here. NH3 plus H2O, it is going to take H plus from here, so that H plus ion accepted, so NH4 ban gaya and OH minus. So in this case H2O acting as an acid and NH3 acting as a base, right? Study क्या चल रहे है reaction में, सब observe कर रहे हैं. So the arrow mark that I am given na, that tells the fate of H plus ion. So I am assuming that you don't know anything and I am giving you the best. You all enjoy this. And NH3 plus CH3 minus, so इससे एक H plus ion इसको दे देंगे and it become NH2 minus, and CH3 minus becomes CH4, NH3 acting as an acid, है ना बेटा? And also we can discuss polyprotic also. Let me finish the Lewis theory, then I'll come back here, right? Better? Fine. That's good. Lewis concept is also called as electronic concept. So, electronic वजह है. So, does it require all acid base reactions should takes place in the solvent? If the solvent is not there, what is the fate? So, for that you need to talk about proton and electronic theory, that electron लेने वाला है और फिर देने वाला है. And I just want to give Lewis acid. A Lewis acid is a species which accept electron pair, electron जोड़ी है. So, electron जोड़ी लेने वाला जो species है acid, electron pair देने वाला जो species है Lewis base है. बस इतना है. So, acid is an electron pair and also जो भी electron deficient molecules, be boron compounds, beryllium compounds and AlCl3, BF3, H3BO3 and BeCl2, these are all Lewis acid. All cations having the vacant orbitals H plus, Fe3 plus. You can say zinc 2 plus, these are all comes into this picture. Okay, and what about the molecules with vacant orbitals SiCl4 and SO2 comes under this picture. And in the NEET examination, my dear students, which of the following is a Lewis acid, which of the following is a Lewis base, like that. So, BF3 is which of the following is true? Acid according to Lewis theory, acid according to Bronsted theory, acid according to Arrhenius theory, acid according to all theories, like that questions will be given. You have to identify whether it matches with any one of the component or not. So, it is very simple to answer multiple choice questions in the NEET examination, my dear students. You never and leave this opportunity. So, please like these sessions and share with your friends. Shilpa, fine. And subscribe to the NEET channel so that you will be getting all updates. Bell button बजाओ, okay? एक बार बेल बटन दबाओ, जब आपको सेशंस आते हैं वो सेशंस आपको simply you are going to get. Make your own timetable, dear, so that अरे NEET examination you can crack it by using this online YouTube platform. You don't believe it, because many of the students, they attended my direct classes, they attended my other live classes, they attended my YouTube videos, but these YouTube videos, only these YouTube videos attended students secured NEET examination score in a nice way in this 2024, believe it or not. And you please believe, and you just feel the quality of the lectures that you are going to get from this Infinity Learn, and you all regularly attend and share with your friends so that इन लोगों को कभी फायदा होना चाहिए. So, let's do the other things. This is about the Lewis acid. अगर कुछ डाउट होगा तो चार्ट बॉक्स में आप फटाफट दे सकते. वंगा and पंकज, शिल्पा पांडे, सब. Okay, good to see. And a base क्या? The species which donate an electron pair to the donor is called as a Lewis base, and a base, an electron pair donor, an acceptor is an acid, है ना? And also you can see molecules with a donatable lone pair of species. जो भी मान लो नाइट्रोजन में ammonia, a pair of electron, and you can see a pair of electron. And water, you have a pair of electron, and CH3OH, you have a pair of electron on alcohol, right? So, you have to understand the structure, you have to understand the Lewis structures. And ions X minus, you can see a pair of electron, you can see a pair of electron octet का हिसाब से, and you can see the pair of electron over here. So, these are all the bases. Sometimes it could be common for Lewis and Arrhenius and Bronsted. Okay, that's very important. And you can say Very important first point, H3BO3 is not Arrhenius acid act, it does not give H plus from its own molecule, believe it or not. And also H plus ion in water is extremely hydrated, it forms H3O plus, H7O2 plus, H7O3 plus due to its high charge density. So these formulas are important. Okay. And also the structure of the solid HClO4 is studied by X-ray. It is found that it consists of H3O plus ClO4 minus, and I just want to say this is highly stabilized by resonance. So like this, and it is like this, and it is highly stabilized by tetrahedral resonating structures. More the resonance, more will be the stability. रेजोनेंस के वजह से ये ClO4 माइनस ज़्यादा स्टेबल है, सो दैट हमेशा इक्विलिब्रियम फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन में रखने का कोशिश करता हूँ. सो इट एग्जिस्ट लाइक दिस. ओके. एंड ऑल्सो relative strengths according to Arrhenius concept, and very important point, according to Arrhenius concept, what is a strong electrolyte like HCl which dissociates completely in aqueous solutions and produce high extent of H plus, and it is called as a strong acid. And HCl H2O always equilibrium lie in this direction, so it is what you call it as a strong acid. So strong acid का definition दे दिया Arrhenius concept के हिसाब से. And also you can see the weak acid and a strong acid. Other examples of strong acids: H2SO4, HBr, HI, HNO3, HClO4. अरे हमारा कॉन्सेप्ट में ये इतना ही स्ट्रॉन्ग एसिड्स है. HNO3 भी मान लो. Similarly, you can also say on the other hand weak electrolyte like CH3COH whose ionization not complete, so ये आगे बढ़ने का कम कोशिश करते हैं, so that it is weakly ionized, they are called the weak acids. Completely ionized acids are strong acids, weakly ionized acids are called weak acids. Understand? So similarly strong bases which has a completely ionizing acids are called strong bases, and which has a incompletely ionized bases are called weak bases. Strong acid, any alkali metal hydroxide is a strong base, and weak bases, all metal hydroxides except S block are going to be weak bases, and ammonia is also weak base. है ना बेटा? And you can say types of acids beta. Monobasic acid, they give one single H plus ion per molecule. Example HCl, ionise करके H plus and Cl minus देते हैं. CH3 COOH, and it is going to give rise CH3 COO minus and H plus. ठीक है. And let us talk about the dibasic acid. So it gives 2 H plus ion per molecule, like you say H2SO4 gives rise 2 H plus and SO4 2 minus, right? And also tribasic acid means it gives rise 3 H plus ion. So H3PO4 gives rise 3 H plus and PO4 3 minus, like that. My dear students, here how do I know it gives rise 3 H plus? Sometimes H3PO3 will be there, and how do I know it is? Now you can see H3PO4 phosphorus, double bond OH and OH and OH, and it is H3PO3 and P double bond O, and it is going to be HOH and OH, and H3PO2 phosphorus, double bond O, and it is going to be OH and H. Now you can see there are two types of hydrogen, mind it. When this structure tells you this जो hydrogen phosphorus का directly attached, they are not acidic, they are not acidic my dear students, है ना. जो H प्लस आयन OH को अटैच किया, ऑक्सीजन का अटैच किया, that is eligible for acid. This is acidic and this is acidic and this is acidic and this is acidic, this is acidic, this is acidic. Okay, that's very important, and they can ionize and they can give their respective ions. And the hydrogen, if that is directly attached to the phosphorus, they have reducing properties and they are not able to donate as H plus ions. Okay, and you can see only H3PO2, only one acidic hydrogen in H3PO2, hypophosphorus acid. And phosphorus acid, two acidic hydrogens are there. Two ionic hydrogens, ionizable hydrogens are there. And when you talk about phosphoric acid, there are three ionizable hydrogens are available. जो हाइड्रोजन ऑक्सीजन का साथ है ये एसिडिक प्रॉपर्टी है, जो हाइड्रोजन फास्फोरस के साथ है ये एसिडिक हाइड्रोजन नहीं होगा. दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स. दिस पर्टिकुलर ये स्ट्रक्चर के हिसाब से भी बोल सकते हैं, स्ट्रक्चर के हिसाब से बोल सकते हैं वो जो ऑक्सो एसिड्स का है. एंड आल्सो यू कैन सी टाइप्स ऑफ बेसेस, मोनो एसिडिक बेस, डाई एसिडिक बेस, ट्राई एसिडिक बेस. मोनो एसिडिक बेस ये सिंगल OH माइनस आयन डोनेट कर सकते, सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड, पोटेशियम हाइड्रोक्साइड, अमोनिया इन वाटर. And also diacidic base gives two OH minus ion like barium hydroxide, strontium hydroxide and calcium hydroxide. Triacidic base ये 3 OH minus ion दे सकते, and aluminum trihydroxide and chromium trihydroxide. Yes, and OH minus ions also exist in hydrated form like H3O2 minus beta, H2O4 minus, H5O3 minus, and these denominations are very important in the NEET examination. Simply I just mentioned OH and H2O n times overall minus, H5O3 minus begin. Okay, also the first group elements of modern periodic table except lithium form strong bases. So this is an important generalization. Insoluble hydroxides like FeOH thrice, magnesium dihydroxide, chromium trihydroxide, weak bases. So I am just giving in detail about each and every discussion, and it can be generalized or it can be in detail, and along with examples you can also do. And we are coming to the end of the acid base theories, and आज का सेशन और एक 5 मिनट में हम ख़त्म करने का कोशिश करता हूँ, क्योंकि मेरे को और एक सेशन है 3 बजे को. ओके, चलो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट आयनाइजेशन ऑफ वीक एसिड्स. इन द आयनाइजेशन ऑफ वीक एसिड्स यू कैन सी, मान लो एक डिसोसिएशन ऑफ वीक एसिड HA on ionization in the liquid phase gives rise H3O plus and A minus, and we have to apply law of chemical equilibrium in the solutions. You are going to get equilibrium constant H3O plus A minus upon H2O and HA. Are you getting or not? And also you can say मान लो ये वाला solvent जो है ना, ये वाला मान लो एक है, so that yes students fine. जब सॉल्वेंट आता है ना, इसका एक्टिव मासेस इज टेकन एज 1 लॉ ऑफ केमिकल इक्विलिब्रियम का हिसाब से, सो दैट के इक्विलिब्रियम इज इक्वल H3O and A minus and HA. because this process is for the acid donation, so that equilibrium constant is called as dissociation constant of an acid. Dissociation constant of an acid, okay? And Ka is given as H3O plus and A minus upon Ha. Yes, that's good. And what about Shilpa? What about Shilpa? HR? Pankaj, there? Talking about the magnitude of the equilibrium constant is a measure of the strength of an acid. Higher the value of equilibrium constant and the stronger is the acid. I will give you an example. Okay, you can see for all strong acids the value of equilibrium constant is quite high. That is a strong acid and does not help in much in the suggestion of their relative strengths. But also you can also say, however, for the weak acid this constant is quite useful. And you can say acetic acid ionizes, iska acid dissociation constant 1.8 into 10 power minus 5, and HCN on ionization gives rise H plus and Cn minus. Acid dissociation constant is 4.9 into 10 power minus 10. So this is a bigger value and this is a smaller value. So bigger the Ka value, stronger is the acid. So we can say hydrocyanic acid is acidic, less acidic than acetic acid. That's very simple. In other words, the acetic acid is a stronger acid than hydrocyanic acid, and although both are weak, neither is completely ionized. Like that, these values can suggest you kaun sa acha acid hai. That is given by Oswald dilution theory. So in this way, so ionization of weak bases, similarly you can say, मान लो जो base है, base BOH, मान लो ये, that is ammonium hydroxide भी हो सकता है. It is ionizes to gives rise B plus and OH minus, and when you the equilibrium sign may be replaced in the case of the strong bases. Why? Because equilibrium unidirection में आता है for strong acids or strong bases, but weak acids and weak bases the equilibrium symbol is going to be in the reverse directions. Got it, my dear student? And the solution contain the bases B, the protonated base BH plus, hydroxide ion is OH minus, and water in the equilibrium Kb is given. Kb kya? This is ionization constant of a weak base, that is given as B plus OH minus and upon BOH. So I just want to say here, say an example, ammonium hydroxide gives rise Kb gives rise NH4 plus dot OH minus upon NH4 OH. So the constant Kb is called base dissociation constant, and similar values of Kb and Ka values also gives the idea about the relative strength of the bases. Okay, higher the value of K, stronger is the base. I just want to say as Ka value increases, acidic strength increases, and as Kb value increases and basic strength increases. And this is the synopsis of this relative acidity and relative basicity. है ना? Dear children, today we had a great swell of session with all acids and bases, theories of an acid basis. First we started with strong electrolyte and weak electrolyte. Then we started acid base theories, and we started with Arrhenius theory, later on Bronsted-Lowry theory. There we have seen conjugate acid base theory, and upon Lewis theory, and after that relative acidic strength and basic strength of the Ka and the Kb values. And tomorrow we are going to discuss about Oswald dilution theory and ionization constant of water, and then we eventually get into the pH calculations. Get ready for that, right? So how do you feel today's class? So everybody just give a thumbs up emoji and fire emoji in the class, so that, okay, very good, nice, thank you. And please like, share and subscribe. In the description box, boost your NEET program, NEET rank, a link is given. The first link, you all press that and you can get reliable courses. Then you can go for Suresh 50 is the course code. Remember my course code, dear children? Remember my course code? Yes. Yes, this is my course code. Yes. Suresh 50, and you can go with that, right? Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much for the amazing session. Thank you. God bless you. Signing off, Suresh, Faculty of Chemistry from Infinity Lens Studio. Bye bye. God bless you all.